What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime. Welcome back to another video. In this video today, guys, I'm here to bring you all my review of Days Episode 2. So let's get right into it. So when it comes to this episode of Days, I mean, yet again, we get another slow episode, but this is to build up for what we can expect later on in the series. And besides, we need to focus on the character development and actually, see our character, go through some training before we actually get to the good stuff, which is what everybody wants to see the game. So the majority of what we see in this episode of Days is we have our main male character, Tsuku, run laps pretty much everywhere, okay? And the thing about this is, as to why he is running so many laps in the first place, is that he is currently practicing with the rest of his subordinates on his team. Now, he has joined the team, in fact. However, he is not like the average player on the team. In fact, he is a total beginner. And because of this, he is not that well experienced when it comes to soccer. As we see him, run through laps, he is just completely exhausted. And when you need to play soccer, you need to have good cardio and good conditioning in order to endure the amount of running that you are going to do in the sport. And we see, him wheezing, huffing and puffing and shit, and the other team members are, doing their laps completely fine. I mean, sure, they might, be, huffing puffing as well, but not as much as Tsuku. Tsuku, he's far behind from the rest of the group, and because of this, this is actually making the team captain put on more laps for the team members. So, eventually we end up seeing that Tsuku takes responsibility on this, and that he decides that he is going to run the laps that he has put on the team for them. One thing that I wanted to talk about really quick when it comes to Tsuku is that I just wanted to say that so far from what we have seen of Days, I am a little bit, mixed on my personal feelings towards Tsuku and actually the other characters of the series in general. But then again, we haven't really seen much from these characters, so I can't really nitpick too much on them. But when it comes to Tsuku's character, I'm gonna say this right now, that so far he feels like a very stale character. He is very boring. It doesn't really seem like, he is that intriguing as a character, okay? But as I stated before, this is just most likely due to the fact that we've only seen like 2 episodes, and all we really know from Tsuku is that he is a very hard-working person. Like, once he sets his mind to something, he is very motivated and determined to actually get it done. And I really like that about Tsuku's character. But all I'm saying is that so far is that we really haven't seen much from him and the other characters to actually, be intrigued by them. They don't really resonate with me as much as other characters that I would see in other sports anime. But I am sure that is going to come later down the line as more episodes drop. We're going to see further character development from these characters within the series. But it's actually a pretty good thing that I'm actually talking about this, because this is to be expected. We're not really going to see much from these characters in the first few episodes. We're going to have to build the character development up into the point in which we can see more from them later down the line. And that seems like what we are exactly seeing from Days, from these first few episodes. Yes, these episodes are slow, but we are seeing the character development slowly, gradually increase in terms of, our characters to make them more interesting later on. And from what we see of Tsuku, it seems that Tsuku could actually, end up being a very interesting character later down the line, because even the team captain in this episode says that in 2 years, Tsuku will be the team captain. And from what we know of the team captain already is that he has an injured leg. At some point or another, he is going to have to retire, and we're probably going to get backstory as how he ended up receiving that leg injury in the first place, and most likely from some game that he ended up playing in. But at some point, he is going to have to retire, and Tsuku is most likely going to be the team captain, which is going to be pretty cool, because already we are actually seeing, leadership qualities from Tsuku in this episode, as he is leading the rest of his team on top of a mountain. They are running on top of a mountain for their training, and when you have an elevated surface, when you run on an elevated surface, I mean, trust me, it is very hard to do. We see a lot of players, start to like fall, off of the mountain trail and just, take a breather. They are completely exhausted. And to see that a beginner on the Seiseki team, Tsuku, actually leading the pack of other experienced players on his team, that is some good stuff right there. That is what I really like about Tsuku. Like, he trains hard, and from all those laps, he actually built up the endurance to actually, do this in the first place. So we're getting a character development with Tsuku slowly but surely, and so far I'm loving it. So as far as my predictions go for Tsuku when it comes to how beneficial he will be for the team later on, I'm gonna say that he is probably going to be the fastest player on the team. At least that is what I am predicting. And the reason I say this now is because he has built up so much endurance from running all of those laps, while the other players have just been doing their, scheduled laps. Tsuku has been doing the extra laps for everybody on the team, and the more, laps he is going to do, the more endurance he is going to build up to actually last longer in the game, and this is also going to eventually build up his speed as well. So he is probably going to be the fastest player on the team, but that's only a prediction, so we'll just have to wait until the next few episodes come out. So yeah, definitely this episode of Days was very enjoyable. I personally feel that this was a better episode than episode 1. Episode 1 was kind of slow. Sure, this episode was kind of slow as well, but we saw a lot of character development with Tsuku in this episode, and I really enjoyed that very much. So far, Days, it's been alright. It's been alright so far. I'm really liking it, and I want to see where it's going to go in the future. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you thought about this episode 2 Days, and of course, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. It always helps out the channel, and if you want to stay up to date to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you will never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.